Did you know that according to the Center for Disease Control, around 329,000 people each year get diagnosed with Lyme's disease in the United States, which is roughly the size of the population of Anaheim, California? Any of you could have chronic Lyme's disease and not even know it, because Lyme's disease is contracted from tick bites, which you can get outside doing anything. So always check your body after walking in the woods, or even sometimes just sitting on the ground. This disease has side effects that show up later in life that could possibly affect your way of living. I know it can affect people because I myself have Lyme's disease. I will be talking about my experiences later in my speech though. Today you will learn how people get Lyme's disease, the symptoms and effects of it, and the treatment of Lyme's disease. You might be thinking, how do you contract this disease exactly? I will be explaining what to look for in this occasion, how it is contracted, and some early symptoms. According to Mayo Clinic, Lyme's disease infects humans through deer ticks carrying the disease. When they bite you and transmit a bacteria into your bloodstream, it typically takes 36 to 48 hours before you can actually get the disease. After you've been infected, some symptoms will occur. The first will be a red ring mark where the tick has bitten you. Other symptoms may become dormant and not show up for years. Some could experience joint pain or headaches, and some fever to cold symptoms. For example, I was bitten by a tick when I was around 5 years old. I never showed any symptoms of Lyme's disease. Then out of nowhere, around age 11, I started getting digestive issues, and I could not focus very well in class anymore. At age 15, I got joint pain, and I thought, how could that be? I'm not getting old or anything. Well, these are all symptoms of chronic Lyme's disease. Like I stated before, there are many different symptoms of Lyme's disease. There are many effects that can occur to your body depending on what strain of Lyme's disease you get. If you contract Lyme's disease, I will talk about the effects next. Now you will hear about some of the effects of Lyme's disease that can happen to your body from my experiences, and other effects it can have on your body. Lyme's disease can affect everyone differently. People could never have any chronic issues, and some could have some life-altering experience. For me, I have the Bartonella strand of this disease, which according to Mayo Clinic is most popularly detected by red stretch marks on your body. You would think nothing about it until you actually look it up and see these marks. For example, the Mayo Clinic also stated some of the following as symptoms of Lyme's: strange rashes, muscle pains, problems with vision occasionally, hearing problems, and so many more. This disease affects your body in so many ways that it is very hard to tell if you've been infected or not. After listening about the effect it can have on your body, I will tell you about the treatments for this disease. The treatment of chronic Lyme's disease is very old school, you could say. It utilizes Western medicines to fight the disease without using antibiotics. Lyme's disease is a very sneaky disease because of a few reasons. First, Lyme's disease cannot be treated with antibiotics. According to chiropractic in motion and holistic health, it hides in tissues and stays there, or it burrows further into your tissue where they can live intracellularly. So it cannot be killed with modern medicines. Homeopathic treatment is how it can be cured. Homeopathy uses the principle of similar, which states that recurrent observation and experience that a medicinal substance will elicit a healing response for the specific syndrome of symptoms, which means it uses the disease as a medicine to fight off the disease. I have been taking vials of this strand of disease for a bit now, and I have noticed some improvement. Thanks to old medicine and forgotten practices, I can get rid of this disease. Today, you learned about how people get Lyme's disease, the symptoms and effects it has on your body, as well as the treatment for Lyme's disease. While I also talked about my experiences with Lyme's disease. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to check yourself after walking through the woods or even sitting on the ground in the grass, because ticks can hitch a ride like no other in those places.